What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So, oh boy, here we go. So I think almost in every episode I do, whether it's a news update or a trailer we do, I'm not going to go into my feelings of horror comedy. You guys have heard it before, so I don't think I need to keep saying it. If you've watched any of my content, you've heard me on other shows, you know where I stand on horror comedy. So I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to stay on that soapbox. Now, with that said, I do fully accept, and I even do watch. I even did 2 recent movie reviews for horror comedies. And if you haven't checked those out, check them out. One of them was Villains, and the other one was The Voices. So I do watch them. It's a matter of where comedy is placed within a horror film. Now, I know there's the subgenre of horror comedy, and I accept there's that subgenre, and I do watch some of those, like the ones I just mentioned, especially when ones lean into the fact that they know that they are a comedy and they are trying, they don't have to try that hard to let you know that this is a comedy with horror in it. So as you see from this headline, many golf employees battle a demonic cult in horror comedy Gothic Slayers. Now, I've always said this, and I'll continue to say, I am open to watch any horror film or any film in general, any TV series, any horror TV series, to win me over, to convince me to do whatever, versus not watching it and saying it's trash, right? I won't do that. So this trailer for this film just came out yesterday, so we're going to take a look at some of the details here just quickly. We're not going to read it in great detail, and then we're going to jump and take a look at this trailer. So suit up, press start, and kick evil putt with Gothic Slayers, blending slacker, comedy, horror, and adventure with 90s inspiration and arcade motifs. The film will be released on digital on March 4th via Cranked Up Films. So that is March 4th. So we're talking just a few weeks from now. So 2 putt-putt employees and best friends must face off against a demonic cult that has not only kidnapped their friend, but also threatens to destroy their hometown. And then we have here, as far as who's directing, script, who wrote the script, and then who are those starring in this film. And then we have a quote here: "We couldn't be more thrilled to team up with Cranked Up Films to unleash Gothic Slayers upon the world. Together we're bringing you a 90s inspired adventure comedy packed with laughs, thrills, and enough pixel powered chaos to blow a fuse at the arcade. Grab your garlic, stock up on quarters, and get ready." So here we have the trailer, which again we're going to look at here in a moment. And then we have the poster to go along with it as well. Very, very 90s looking, very 90s, clothing color. The sweater vest was definitely something that was very big in the 90s. I can attest to that. And even putt-putt, I don't even think there are too many putt-putts even around anymore, especially, probably more in smaller cities, but like in the big city, like where I'm at, we had maybe one major one, and I think that one shut down years ago. So let's jump into the trailer for Gothic Slayers and see what this one is about.
Are you guys okay? You kind of look like shit.
You ever wish your life had ended up differently?
Looks like you missed a few.
Oh! You suck, big time. Be the ball. I'm getting closer. You couldn't part a hole if our lives depended on it.
What are you playing?
Gothic Slayers.
It's this game where you go around killing these gothic freaks.
Beware of the goth chicks.
You see that? Maybe we think we saw something we didn't really see. Right. Let's say what we think we saw. 1, 2, 3. A group of hooded figures recited a spell that made an old man float in the air, and then a little ball of light came out of his chest and was sucked into a necklace around a guy's neck, and then the old man vanished. Brain freeze. Out loud, it sounds cool, but it was real and very scary.
Wait, you guys witnessed a murder?
Yes! The Goth family from yesterday. They drove their van up, grabbed Dougie, and threw him in the back. Who are these people? I don't know, it's like a cult? A cult? You think so? Look it up. All I'm getting is horses. You typed cults. Oops. Save that.
Suit up. Press start.
and kick evil's butt. Come the morning and you're gone without a warning. We have one night to save your friend and shut this cult down for good.
We made it.
Oh, dude, let's go.
Oh, check it out. Grass Angel.
It's time for you to die.
So I'll say again, it's not that I don't like comedy, horror comedies, comedy horrors, however you want to phrase it. It's I don't like when. So I guess I will need to preface it. So I don't like horror movies that are meant to be true horror movies, and they force comedy into it where it just doesn't fit. That's what I mean by I don't like comedy in my horror movies. Now, something like this where it clearly falls within the subgenre of horror comedy, again, I fully expect it's going to be that. That's exactly what this is. This knows it's a comedy. It's leaning into the fact that it's a comedy, and it's also leaning into the fact of being a subgenre of horror. And in my opinion, growing up in the 80s and 90s, this definitely hits on the 90s as far as how people dress, acted, especially the whole goth thing that, I don't want to say thing, I mean, that's the wrong way to put it. The goth lifestyle, the goth look, however you want to phrase that, was something heavily done in the 90s. So I do find humor in the fact that when he was talking to the two girls who were dressed in goth, that the video game says get the goth girls, they hear it, so I thought that was a funny bit. I also thought it was funny but also weird in the same sense that when they're looking up at a cult, he looked up cults, had horses, and then he says, oh, I'll save that for later. I'm not sure why he would be wanting to save his search for cults like horses for later. Maybe there's some other humor there that as far as a follow-up to that we haven't seen yet for the film, because it is just a trailer. But overall, it's leaning into what it's supposed to be, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that it knows it's not taking itself too seriously. It knows it's a horror comedy. I like that aspect of it. I like the fact that they're going with that whole 90s vibe. I do appreciate that, because we would typically see, whether it's a modern film that we see with horror today, or we see some sort of futuristic take on what the world would look like today. Like if you look for, like Substance, you have the, very poor parts of the city and then very like rich parts of a city, right? Which you can tell. I'm not saying the Substance is in the future. I'm just giving you an example of how two parts of the same city can look vastly different. And it's not leaning, too far off into the past where we're in the 70s or 80s. They're hitting more so the 70s, but we're hitting in a 90s period where I don't think a lot of modern films that are being done today are looking to take place in the 90s. So again, I do like that aspect of it. So I'll get this one comes out. I think I said it was on digital. Let me check the date again. Let's see here. March 4th. This says it releases on digital on March 4th. So depending upon where I can find it on digital, I'm willing to give this one a try. I'm willing to give this one a view to see what is more entailed with the story. Again, it's not going to be one of those, I feel, obviously in depth. You gotta decipher a puzzle here, decipher a puzzle or anything. But I do feel that it's going to have its aspects of, wow, I can't believe I'm watching this, to, hey, this is pretty enjoyable. I'm gonna keep rolling with it until see how this one ends. So again, Gothic Slayers official trailer just dropped yesterday. Again, March 4th for the digital. Let us know down in the comment section what you think of the trailer. Is this something, is horror comedy your subgenre? Do you enjoy the subgenre? If not, is this the type of film still that you're willing to be giving a chance? Let us know down in the comment section. If you haven't done so, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We are approaching 500 subscribers, so please help us get there. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Peace.